I was just watching a kid do a little bit of parkouring. I find it interesting. I don't recall it ever being a thing in the 80s or 90s. It's 2000s type of a deal. Largely in response to all these safety rails and security devices and so much building going on with permanent structures and that are a lot stronger than they used to be back when wooden buildings were more popular. So kids have, well, there's also just fewer trees because the park managers cut all trees branches, yeah, at least 10 feet high. So there's no real tree that you can climb on. So kids are focusing their attentions on the rails and the fences and the walls and the roofs and figuring out how they can do flips and all kinds of moves to get over these things. And these structures were designed for safety with the rails for the older people who just needed like extra assistance with moving from one spot to the next. You know, stairs need rails, nice strong rails, and all kinds of just guiding things. You know, things that can help control your movement, help kind of direct you where you need to go. So that's nice. I mean, for the older people, but the youth look at it in a different way. They see all these, you know, it was like in the 80s or 90s where it was required to have like ramps or something for the wheelchairs, and that's nice and all. But what are kids who are in good condition, good shape, gonna think of that? So what do they make of all that safety stuff that's required for the handicap? Well, they're gonna look at it in a different way and turn it into more of a sporting challenge where they try to clear these rails and ramps and all that like they're ninjas, or it's, you know, that they call it parkouring. Somebody started trying to glamorize it, making videos of his success clearing these rails and fences and walls and stuff, and it's really caught on with youth, and it's how they interpret the lands now. In the 1800s, there are pictures of like kids climbing ropes that were hanging from trees, I think, and whatever else, maybe some rope bridges or something to get from one side of the river to the next. There were different types of challenges. There were more natural challenges back in the older times, but today there's so much territory being marked and so many solid objects which rust over time, but unless you care for them, and especially in a city kids, they don't really have anything else to climb but the structures that are built, the safety structures, the security structures. So they're focusing on that. Some may have learned how to climb without ever interacting with a tree. I believe there's a saying like, "You'll never find a tree in Brooklyn." So they're doing the next best thing and trying to jump and twist and twirl and bound around all the man-made structures that are designed to control our movements, designed to assist the elderly's movements and control our movements. But I don't know. It's a large change in our culture. by design with the making of these structures,